Well, that went well, didn't it?
Yes, well, that's a matter of perspective, I think.
All right, ready your Skylanders, Portal Masters, because it appears Skylands needs saving again. After banishing the snarky villain Chaos to the human realm, he's sent hurtling unexpectedly back through time and space.
Prepare for my triumphant return!
And in the process awakens an ancient race of towering robot beings. They are known as the Archeans and have been trapped in an ancient sleep. Until now.
With the power of the Archean robots, Chaos could potentially destroy Skylands for good. However, the Archeans aren't the only ancient race that was awakened in the storm. Giants, the first Skylanders, are also brought back into the world to uphold their duty of protecting Skylands and keeping the peace.
Cool story, but how is the game actually any different?
They've added giant robots that shoot lasers, Hex. Need we say more?
Well, yes, Darren, actually we do.
Well, Darren, would you like to give us a recap of how the original Skylanders game worked?
Affirmative. Skylanders comes with this portal attachment that plugs into your console. You purchase additional figurines separately, like these ones, and each contains a small computer chip that stores all your character information. So, as you level each Skylander up, you can take your toy to a friend's house and use it on their portal, and all your character progress stays within the toy.
Yes, it's all very clever. The problem was when it came down to the actual gameplay, it was super easy. Also, movement was quite restrictive, and the game is designed in such a way that you need to have lots of different Skylanders to access all areas of the game, and they all cost money.
And well, the big question is Skylanders Giants any different? And the big answer is, no, not really. Gameplay is all pretty much identical to the last game, besides a few minor additions and the fact that this time you have new toys to buy.
Be afraid of the dark!
Giant Skylanders.
There are 8 different elements of Skylanders: Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Tech, Undead, Magic, and Life. And these apply to the Giants as well. Each Skylander has its own set of abilities that you can upgrade with in-game gold.
Feel the darkness.
Amongst all the loot collecting, there's also a whole host of hats to find that give your Skylander an added stat boost. Since all of your character progress is stored in the figurine, anything you collected in the first game will still be there in the second, and that includes all of your level progress, hats, and abilities.
Now, if you know me, guys, you know I love a good hat, but they do look a bit silly.
Bolts and lightning.
And it's a pretty poor excuse for an upgrade. In the last game, we really wanted to see some more detailed stat bonuses, and it seems like they haven't done anything to improve on that here. It's full of lots of fairly useless bits and bobs, like cosmetic upgrades to your ship that are purely for show.
Another thing that you'll encounter fairly frequently throughout the game is that certain elements of Skylander are stronger in certain zones.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
I mean, this is yet another way to promote the idea of going out and getting more Skylanders rather than relying on just 1 or 2. Likewise, certain areas can only be accessed by certain elements of Skylander.
Hawk and Door!
Yes, and you'll often uncover gems which can unlock abilities for Skylanders that you don't own, and it just feels like at every turn this game is trying to get you to go out and buy more Skylanders.
Yeah, we have quite a few Skylanders, so we were able to access a large part of this game, but what that actually meant was then constantly swapping and changing all the Skylanders on and off the portal, and that got quite annoying.
My biggest problem was that the Skylanders move so slowly. There's this dated feel to the game as you plod around at a snail's pace, smashing crates. There's nothing fluid or intuitive about it at all. Plus, in co-op multiplayer, you're tied together with this invisible cord, and that really got on my nerves.
Yeah, the movement itself is still really restrictive. There's invisible walls everywhere, you can't jump or fall off anything. I find it really frustrating. That said, there's still lots to smash and seek if you're a keen collector. The story is also pretty cool, some great production on the cutscenes, and some really funny dialogue from our old friends Flynn and Callie, who I was glad to see make a return.
So, what do you think of my ship, huh? She's a beaut, ain't she?
I don't know, Flynn.
Guy who sold it to me gave me a great deal, too. Seemed kind of desperate to get rid of it, actually.
The voice acting is top-notch.
I got very excited at the addition of levels that involved controlling the giant robot and firing its laser. These shooting sections were good for a bit of maniacal robot glee, for a while. Until I began to notice these level sections were all repeated one after the other. Level design was virtually identical. Lazy.
I think the biggest notable addition here is the Skystone minigames. Throughout the game, you'll encounter instances where you can bargain your way out of a situation through a game called Skystones, or you can just play for fun. This is kind of like a trading card game similar to Pokemon, where your Soul Stones have specific characters on them that you'll battle against an NPC's deck.
My favourite part of the first Skylanders were the battle modes, and thankfully these all make a return with some new maps and a new mode called Knockout. I especially loved using the Hex Skylander in battle rounds because when she wins, the announcer guy goes, "Hex wins," and then everyone chants my name.
Hex wins.
I will mourn for you.
All right, snap out of it, Hex. We should wrap this up. Final thoughts?
Well, overall, really disappointing. I know this game is a big hit with spawnlings, and as collectors of figurines ourselves, we can understand the appeal of these little guys. And while this technology all works really well, the core gameplay is still so basic and uninteresting.
Yeah, it's virtually the same game, and it's still so simple. If they'd made it more challenging, they made the game part better, I would have been okay with it. But all they've made better is the need to go out and spend money and buy more toys, and I don't think that's fair, so...
And bigger toys, I
Bigger
guess.
toys, too. I'm going to give it 6 out of 10 rubber chickens.
It's 5.5 from me.